right, I'm back. My little buddy isn't with me today. He is sleeping. Why? So today I'm going to talk about giving the Holy Spirit free creative control over your life. If you don't already know, I'm doing a series called All Access Pass, which is pretty much teaching and encouraging us to give the Holy Spirit full access to every portion of our being, because we often give him access to, the main areas of the house, dining, kitchen, living space, the neat areas, the areas that we can easily clean up and make look all pretty, but it's the hidden spaces, the hidden rooms, the rooms with all the junk in them, the rooms with all the laundry piled up to the ceiling that we don't really want him to jump into just yet, because we don't want to deal with that stuff. But the Holy Spirit really wants us to give him full access. So today I'm going to talk about giving him full creative control of the space. So how many people know that usually, like, let's say when a natural disaster happens, it often exposes, let's say, the flaws of the house. So I'm not really in a disaster zone per se, but let's say in the places where they have natural disasters, they often construct the buildings in a certain way to make sure that they are strong and can withstand the winds and the craziness that comes with storms. Oops, my phone is ringing. Anyway, so, I'm gonna get distracted. No, I'm not gonna get distracted. Anyway, so that's what often happens. So I'm just gonna share about how often when disasters strike, it can show where the building is not very stable or not very fragile, or where it had not been reinforced properly. So let's say it's been a crazy storm, and let's say bits of the roof are coming off, and let's say the cracks in the walls are beginning to show. And oftentimes we can think, oh no, like, it's the storm that did this, or this is such a random thing that just randomly happened. Like, oh, the house was always fine, it was always perfect, so it was the storm that did this. But quite often, it's actually the storm that just reveals the issues that were actually always there all along. They just never had the opportunity to be surfaced. They were kind of hidden and tucked away and plastered over. So I'm just gonna say what the Holy Spirit's been saying to me. And he's been saying, like, I need to be invited, like, give me full creative control. I feel like that's what he's been saying to me today. And oftentimes, like, sometimes we see when issues come up in our lives, or when, like, we're inconvenienced. Sometimes it's not even major issues, to be honest. Like, those of us who are living in first world countries, like, let's say we're inconvenienced, and then we're like, oh my gosh, like, everything is awful. But really, like, we are so blessed to be where we are. Not to say people are not blessed to be elsewhere, but we've really got to count our blessings to be, we're in the positions that we are, to have roofs over our heads, running water, clean water, food, all of that, access to healthcare. You got to be grateful. So yeah, it's like when we are inconvenienced, and let's say it sparks a response from us that is not in alignment with the Holy Spirit, we can be like, oh, but that thing made this happen. Like, I never used to do that. Like, it was that thing that made me respond in this way. And it's like, no. The things that happen to us, or the things that spark certain responses, were just kind of an opportunity for our real responses to be revealed. So whatever is actually going on in our hearts was given an opportunity to be displayed in that moment. All right, my little buddy woke up and now he's having lunch. But anyway, what I'm trying to get at is, when these natural disasters happen, when these things occur that then stir up or provoke a certain response from us, what I'm challenging us to do is, let's give the Holy Spirit full creative control as to how he wants to amend that space, how he wants to address the cracks in the wall, how he wants to redesign the room or reshape the room. Sometimes when these storms come, it's a blessing in disguise, because it's like, oh, actually, this has unearthed like a foundational issue, or this has unearthed, a big crack in the wall that could have then led to the collapse of the whole, ceiling or the roof of the house. So that's why, often things are allowed, because it's like, ultimately it's to refine us and reveal to us, okay, what's in me that can be trained out, or that needs to be refined out of me, or how can I renew my mind in this circumstance? So I'm challenging us to give the Holy Spirit full creative control, full creative direction. We have got a whole architect, designer, engineer, all of those things within us. So when we let him do his thing and do what he's made to do, then we will see the righteous fruit of us being transformed and renewed in mind as the time goes on. So give the Holy Spirit full creative control as to how to amend the spaces that have been conjured up or stirred up or revealed due to the things that we go through in life. Anyway, that's all for today. Until the next video. Peace.